My client Frances is 72 years young, and she came to me because her doctor told her that she was losing bone density like really fast. And she was scared. She didn't want to break her hip. She didn't want to end up in a facility, and she didn't want her daughter to be worried about her every time that she left the house. So we started working together, and I showed her 3 methods, simple ones, right? Nothing that she couldn't do in her own living room. And then a few months later, her doctor ran another bone scan, and he looked at the results and he said, hey, I don't know what you've been doing, but keep doing it. And that's what I want for you. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to be showing you the exact 3 methods that Frances used, so that way you can start doing the same thing this week, okay? No gym, no expensive supplements, and no complicated routines. And stick with me through method number 2, because most people have no idea that balance training has anything to do with bone health. But guess what? It does. And I'll explain why in just a moment. Now, let me tell you why you should be listening to me, okay? I've been a certified personal trainer for over 20 years, and I've had the privilege of working with hundreds of men and women over 50, hands-on, in person, and online, watching what works and watching what doesn't. And Frances, she's not a one-off, okay? I've helped people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s rebuild strength, get off the couch, and hear their doctors say things like they didn't expect to hear. And everything I'm about to share with you comes from that 2 decades of real coaching, okay? Not some theory, and definitely not something I just read online. So let me explain what's actually happening inside of your bones, because this part matters so much and I need you to really understand it. Think of your bones like a savings account, okay? Up until about age 30, your body is making those deposits, building bone, getting denser and stronger. But after 50, those withdrawals start outpacing the deposits, and your body is breaking down the old bone faster than it's building the new bone. And if nothing changes, that account balance just keeps on dropping. And according to the CDC's National Health Survey, more than half of adults over 50 have either low bone mass or osteoporosis. More than half. That's crazy. And most of them don't even know until something breaks. And then that's the part that gets me, because by the time that you feel it, the damage is already done. You don't feel bone loss, you feel the fracture. But here's what most people don't realize. Your bones are a living tissue, okay? They respond to stress, the right kind of stress, if you give them the right signals. They will get stronger, but you gotta understand, not overnight, but steadily and measurably, okay? That's exactly what these 3 methods will do. They send your bones the right signals. And one more thing before we start, okay? Make sure you talk to your doctor first, especially if you already have osteoporosis or osteopenia. Make sure you show them this video, get their okay on the exercises that we're gonna be doing, and then you'll be all set. Method number 1, strategic loading. Now, this is the foundation that your bones need to feel the load to stay strong, okay? That's not my opinion, that is physics. And when you put weight or resistance through a bone, it responds by building itself back up. The research backs this up, okay? Because a meta-analysis published in the Journal of Osteoporosis International found that resistance and weight-bearing exercises significantly improved bone mineral density in the hip and spine. And those are the 2 places that matter the most after age 50. And I'm gonna show you the 3 exercises that target those exact areas, okay? Your hips and your spine, but also your wrist. Those are the 3 spots where fractures happen most. So up first, we have the kitchen counter push-up. I need you to walk over to your kitchen counter, put your hands about shoulder width apart on the edge. And I need you to stand about arm's length back. Now, keep your back straight, all right? And I need you to think about pulling your belly button in towards your spine. Slowly lower yourself by bending your elbows. And then I need you to push back up with control. Now, this loads your wrist, your arms, and your chest. And every time you push up, you're sending a signal to your bones, okay, to stay strong. And if this feels too hard, step closer to the counter. If it's too easy, take a small step back. Just find the spot where it works, but doesn't cause any pain. Up second, we're gonna have the confident stand. Now, this one is for your spine, and it's one of my favorites because you can do it against any wall in your house. Stand with your back against a wall, and I need your feet about 6 inches from the base. Now, pull your shoulders back, okay? And imagine holding a pencil between your shoulder blades. And I need you to hold it for 10 seconds and then relax. That hold is loading your entire back, and the muscles along your spine are working to keep you upright, and that work pulls on those bones, which is exactly what makes them stronger. And get this, most people don't realize that posture is a bone building exercise. Up third, we have the book lift. Now, this one targets your wrists and your forearms. So I need you to grab a light book or a magazine and hold it with both hands in front of you, palms facing up, and slowly raise it up to about chest height. And then I need you to lower it with control, and that's gonna be 1 rep. Wrist fractures are one of the most common breaks after 50, and it happens when people reach out to try to catch themselves during a fall. And this exercise builds the bone density and the grip strength in exactly the areas that needs it. Now, here are the mistakes that I see on all 3 of these exercises. Moving too fast, and these are not speed exercises. Slow and control is how your bone gets the signal. Another one is holding your breath. Breathe normally the entire time. Make sure you breathe out on the effort, which is the hardest part. And using momentum instead of muscle. And if you're swinging and rocking just to kind of get through the movement, I need you to back off, okay, and go lighter. Start with 5 to 8 reps of each, 3 times a week, and then rest at least a day between those sessions. And when it feels easy after a couple of weeks, add 2 or 3 more reps. That is how you progress slowly, but also consistently. And then method 2 is the balance training. Now, this is one that most people just skip, okay? And I get why, because when you think about bone health, you think about things like calcium and you think about weight bearing exercises, but you don't think about standing on 1 foot. But here's the connection that most people miss. You don't break a bone because your bone is weak. No, you break a bone because you fall and your bone isn't strong enough to handle the impact. So there are 2 ways to protect yourself. You build stronger bones, that's method number 1, and you stop falling, that's method number 2. And a study that was published in the Journal of Osteoporosis and Sarcopenia found that balance training program significantly reduced the number of falls in patients with osteoporosis. Not just a little bit, they said significantly. So let me show you the 3 balance exercises. They're progressive, okay? So start with the first one and move to the next one whenever it feels steady. And first up, we have the tree root. I need you to stand near a wall or a sturdy chair, and feet are about hip width apart. And slowly shift your weight to 1 foot. And I need you to hold that for about 5 seconds and then switch sides. That's it. If you're wobbling, that's actually a good thing because your balance system is working and getting stronger. Up second, we have the flamingo stand. Same position, but now I need you to lift your non-supporting foot just 1 inch off the ground, just 1 inch, okay? You don't need to be a yoga instructor to do this, but keep your eyes focused on the spot that's straight ahead of you and try to hold it for 10 seconds. And up third, we have the clock reach. Now, this is your advanced move, okay? So when the first 2 feel solid, that's when you can move on to this one. I need you to stand on 1 leg and imagine you're in the center of a clock. Reach your free foot toward the 12 o'clock position, then back to the center. Then 3 o'clock, then back to center. Then 6 o'clock, and then each reach is gonna challenge your balance from a different angle, which is exactly how the real world falls happen. Because you don't fall just standing perfectly still. No, you fall while you're reaching, you're turning, or stepping. So here's the safety on all three of these, okay? Always have something nearby to grab on, and make sure you wear shoes that has a good grip, and make sure you clear the area around you. And if you're having a wobbly day, that's normal. Balance fluctuates, okay? Some days are gonna be sturdier than others. The goal here is consistency, not perfection. And here's how to sneak this into your day without adding another thing to your to-do list. I need you to practice while you're brushing your teeth, okay? Try the tree root while your coffee is brewing, and do the flamingo stand during a commercial break. Just 30 seconds, okay? 3 times a day, and that's how you start. All right, method number 3, the functional movement. Now, let me show you something that ties method number 1 and method number 2 together, because the best exercise for your bones is the one that loads them while you're moving through real life. And this is what I call the chair workout, okay? And it's one of the most effective things I give my clients for bone strength, because it mimics exactly what you do every single day. Okay, here's the sit to stand. Sit in a sturdy chair, feet about hip width apart. And I need you to lean forward slightly and push through your heels as you stand up. Then lower yourself back down slowly, okay? With control, do not drop. Every time that you stand up from a chair, you're loading your hips and your spine, the 2 highest risk fracture zones, okay? And every time that you sit down with control, you're building the eccentric strength that keeps you stable. And if this is hard right now, that's totally fine. Just use a firm cushion on the seat to raise the height, okay? And then use the armrest for support. And I need you to focus on control, not speed. And when it starts feeling easier, here's how you progress. Slow the movement down, okay, even more. And then I need you to hover just above the seat for a second before sitting, and add a small pause at about that halfway point. And listen, I had a client named Dorothy, and she started needing both hands as she was pushing herself up out of the chair. I'm talking like every single time. In 6 weeks after doing these exercises 3 times a week, she called me and she said, "Hey, Cece, I stood up this morning holding my coffee and I didn't even think about it." And I was like, yes, that's what it's all about. That's the kind of progress that changes how you live. And here's the timeline that I give my clients. Weeks 1 and 2, I need you to just focus on form, okay? And use the support. Weeks 3 and 4, start reducing that support, okay? Think about like using 1 hand instead of 2. And then weeks 5 and 6, add the holds and the pauses. And weeks 7 and 8, that's when you increase the reps. And then that order matters, okay? Do not try to skip ahead. We have to set the foundation first. Now, I want to be real with you, okay? I just gave you the 3 methods, and they work. And I've watched them work with hundreds of clients over the last 20 years. But the number one thing that determines whether this works for you is whether you actually do it. Not perfectly, not every day, just consistently, okay? Because I had a client tell me once, she said, Cece, I kept starting and stopping, and I do it for 2 weeks, and then I feel better, and then I stop. And I said, hey, look, that's the whole secret, okay? The people who get the results aren't the ones who never stop. No, they're the ones who just start again. You have to realize something. Your bones, they don't need perfection. They just need consistent signals that say, stay strong. 3 exercises from method 1, a few balance holds from method 2, and a few chair stands from method 3, 10 minutes, 3 times a week. That's it. That's the whole plan. So let me bring it all together for you so you truly understand. 3 methods, okay? All at home, no equipment except a chair, a counter, and a wall. Method 1, that is our strategic loading. That is the kitchen counter push-up, the confident stand, and the book lift. Those are gonna send your bones the signal to build. And then method 2, the balance training. That's where we have the tree root, the flamingo stand, and the clock reach. This stops your falls that causes the fractures. And then method 3, the functional movement. The sit to stand is going to load your hips and your spine through a movement that you're already doing every single day. Now, here's what I want you to do this week, okay? Pick one exercise from method 1. So do your balance practice while you're brushing your teeth and do 5 chair stands in the morning. And that's 3 things, okay? That's your start. Now, if this video helped you, I need you to hit that subscribe button, okay? Because I'll be putting out videos just like this on a weekly basis that's going to show you how to stay strong, mobile, and independent after 60. And hey, drop me a comment below to let me know which one of these methods you'll be starting with, because I read every single one. I'm very interested to see which one you're going to be starting. And now you know how to rebuild your bones, but none of that matters if you're not eating the right foods to support it, okay? So what you eat affects how your body builds those bones. And I made a video on the foods that you should be eating every single day after age 60. And it's the foods that I always give to my clients to show them what's going to help them build their bones strong. So check that video out and I'll see you over there.